Hi, welcome back to Fitness 40 and Beyond. My name is Drew, and today we're going to talk about how I found out I had cancer. Before we get into it, if you could please like the video and please do subscribe to my channel so that you can get all of the latest videos as they come out. Please do feel free to share. So, how did I come to find out that I had cancer? It wasn't as straightforward as, I started feeling really ill one day and I needed to go to the doctor because I discovered a lump or anything like that. My symptoms were a lot more subtle and they weren't things that I put down to cancer. It never even crossed my mind that I was even ill. I associated a lot of the things that were happening to me down to stress. I've generally had quite a stressful life, some personal things that I was going through, which I was quite stressed out by. My job was really stressful. I'm a mental health nurse by profession, and that role brings its own stresses. And I kind of put down a lot of the things that I was going through down to stress. I'm also, I think since my mid to late 20s, I've been treated for hypertension, and I've been on medication for high blood pressure since my kind of late 20s, and that's hereditary. There's always been a family history of heart attacks and high blood pressure and diabetes. And there was some family history of cancer as well. But my symptoms, they only kind of hit me that, oh my God, those are my symptoms, when the consultant who diagnosed me actually ran through a checklist. And I'll go through that checklist as this video goes on. I think I first I first noticed something was wrong with me when my eyesight started to deteriorate. Working as a nurse, a lot of night shifts, so you're on the computer typing up your notes, and I could just describe this as like the letters were like grains of sand, just kind of just turning into sand and just coming away from the bottom of the screen. And that was a worry. It was even more of a worry when I was driving, and the same thing happened to me at traffic lights. So when you're looking up at the road signs at the roundabout and they're telling you where to go, and then everything started turning into grains of sand, just kind of falling away from the signboards at roundabouts or major junctions. And that's when I decided, you know what, I need to go and see an optician. Let me go and sort this out, because this is a worry. Now, this first started kind of happening October last year, but it got really bad around, say, December last year, so December 2017. So come January, I booked an appointment to go and get my eyes tested. And I think the first kind of alarm bells went when the opticians picked up a concern about hemorrhaging in the blood vessels behind my retina. They said that hemorrhaging in these vessels is common for someone who has had hypertension over a prolonged period of time, and for someone of my age as well, because, you know, I'm 43. But they did have some concerns, enough for them to refer me via my GP to Moorfields Eye Hospital, and also book me for a cardiac ultrasound scan. So at this point I was like, okay, this sounds a bit serious. If there are underlying things going on here, and I thought, okay, I'll go along to Moorfields and get this checked out, see if I can rectify whatever it is that's going on. At this point I was still training in the gym, you know, 4 times a week. My food was healthy, you know. I was quite lean. I used to be quite heavy, 96 kilos. And in that space of time, I'd say from about, say, I don't know, maybe September to December, I went from 96 kilos to 81 kilos, and everyone was congratulating me on how lean I was getting. I didn't feel that there was anything untoward with that. I just thought, I've got an increase in cardio. I was doing a lot of abdominal work. I was focusing more on cut than on bulking. So I figured that, you know, the trade-off is that you lose muscle mass. So I went to Moorfields. It was a Saturday morning appointment. I went with my 2 sons. And they did all the eye tests, and when I went to the final eye test, the doctor that was there, he was really worried. He said, you know, bearing in mind this is a Saturday morning, he said, that retinal bleeding that you've got, said, you know, this, he showed me some diagrams. He said, this is what normal retinal bleeding should be for someone who has high blood pressure. And then this is what abnormal retinal bleeding looks like. And he said, you don't have regular retinal bleeding. He said, you need to come back for a blood test like Monday. And I was like, well, I'm working Monday. He said, well, you need to get here before Wednesday, because Wednesday is the cutoff time for us to get your bloods done in order for the results to come back the next week and for you to attend. So you need to be here before Wednesday next week. He said it's really urgent. So at this point I'm worried now. These are 2 people that are worried about what's going on. So I was like, okay. So I came back. I did my blood test on the Tuesday. It was my day off work. And by the following week, I came back. And I got hit, no, before the following week came, I think I had a letter that said that they suspected I had a heart condition, which is why my what they call Roth spots on my eyes, ROTH spots. Look it up, any scientific journal or Wikipedia, and those Roth spots were indicative of a condition called subacute bacterial endocarditis. Okay, subacute bacterial endocarditis, which basically in layman's terms is there's a leaking valve in your heart, and basically you, from the time of developing that condition, you'd basically have about 12 months to live. Now, when I read up on this, I was like, whoa, I really was scared because I didn't know how long I'd had it. So at what point had they picked this up? And then what did that mean for my prognosis and how long I've got left? Did they pick it up in month 10, 11? Have I only got a month left to live? So I'm really scared. So when I went to this, the results of the blood test, the focus was on this condition. And they said, well, your bloods have come back abnormal. And we just need to send you to the hematology department for further tests. And one of those, we're going to have to see if we can rule out cancer as well. So I'm there running with this. And I thought, okay, this is what I've got. And I was panicked. I was thinking, what's going to happen with my kids? What's going to happen with my missus? We've only just moved in together. We've been dating for 2 years. And we've just moved in together. And this, like, I'm going to leave her like this. A lot of things ran through my mind. I went along to the hematology appointment the week after. It was the 5th of June this year, 5th of June 2018. And that is a date that will forever stick in my mind, because that was the day that I was told I have chronic myeloid leukemia. That was the day I was told that I have cancer. So this is Drew, and you're watching Fitness 40 and Beyond. If you like what you've just seen, please do hit the like button, please do subscribe, please do share, spread the word. If you look in the bio, you'll see there's other ways that you can catch me on my Instagram and my Facebook, and they're all Fitness 40 and Beyond. If you look on Facebook, it's Fitness 40 and Beyond Drew, D-R-E-W. And then on Instagram, it will be at Fitness 40 and Beyond. Look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.